In today's video, I will share with you the playbook I used to close my first $1 million in my software sales job. As you can see in the performance chart, I have never missed my quota as an account executive. Over the last 6 quarters, going 6 for 6, my total quota was $571,825. Meanwhile, I closed $1,226,635. I don't think there's another person on this platform offering real life sales insights that will help you perform better in your job based on firsthand experience, someone who's actually in the role doing it in the trenches like you each and every day. And I also have absolutely nothing to sell you. No courses, no seminars, no ebooks, just real life actionable insights that I'm going to share with you in today's video right now. If you watch until the end of the video, I will also reveal the goals I write down each and every day. The information I'm sharing in today's video is not for everybody. I'm speaking to the people who also aspire to be their absolute best, to maximize their potential. I believe that success is relative. So if everybody closed $1 million a year, it wouldn't be as special. If everybody had a Lamborghini, then it wouldn't be as cool. If everybody had $10 million net worth, then all of a sudden that wouldn't be considered rich anymore. So it comes down to what do you want? And I am on the extreme side of being fully committed, wanting to be the absolute best I can, and not everybody thinks like that. So I absolutely empathize with other people who may be less driven, less ambitious, and want less, and that's totally okay. So the tips I share in today's video may not be for you, but I do want to help the handful of you that do want to be in the top 1%, that do want to be the absolute best, and that's the place I'm coming from. So the number one play in the playbook, and I have 3 plays for you here today, is to go all in. And I believe your mindset is what will separate you over a long period of time. We all have baseline energy, enthusiasm, traits that make us better or worse than other people. Before we get into the actual sales strategy, we need to talk about mindset, because I believe that is one of the biggest factors that separates me from other people. All in, to me, means burning the ships. And the timeless story is the army goes to the island because they want to take the island, and the war commander says, hey, go burn the ships. We are either taking the island or we are going to die trying. And that can be extreme, and not everyone wants to be all in, nor will they have the capacity to go all in based on responsibilities in your life, whatever it may be. But as a single guy living by myself who has the aspirations to be wildly successful, it's much easier for me to be all in. Early in my sales career, I realized that I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the funniest, I wasn't the best looking, I wasn't the smoothest on the phone. So what I had to do was really focus on getting better. So I went and spoke with the senior sales leader at our office, and I said, look, I'm used to doing well at things. I've started my job here as a sales development representative, and I was one of the worst performing people my first month here. What should I do? And he basically said, look, Trent, are you trying your best? And I said, yeah, I think so. And he said, you were probably going 60 to 70% as hard as you probably could. You show up, you try hard, and then you leave, but you absolutely have more in the tank. And are you truly all in? And that resonated with me, because I went back to my desk and I thought about that. And I said, well, I know that if this doesn't go well, I could find another job. Well, if I don't promote, maybe I'll just go to that thing over there. Or, hey, maybe sales isn't for me. I'll just go to another career that has much less upside or work-life balance, flexibility. So I said, no, I'm going to figure it out here, whatever it takes. And that was the starting point of me learning how to be all in. It's saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes to reach that end goal, that outcome I want. So that's the first point. If you think about it, if we're going to war and we burn the ships, either we are going to take the island or die trying. Either we are going to hit the quota or we're going to miss the quota. It's binary. Either you hit it or you don't hit it. Either you're willing to do whatever it takes to hit it, or you come up short and you don't hit it. And that's why I've never missed quota, because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to hit quota. Being all in doesn't just mean showing up and trying your hardest. It's being disciplined outside of the office so that you can perform in your peak state, just like an athlete. I like to think of myself as a corporate athlete. If you just got an NBA contract with $5 million in guaranteed money, think about your favorite team, that new rookie that comes on, and you say, he has so much potential, but he's just not trying as hard as he could. He's distracted. He has drama. He's not a good teammate. If I were in a situation, I would do all the right things. You are in your own unique situation right now, so why not do all the right things? Why wait? In the past, I used to think, I'm going to do all these big things, but I'm not quite ready to rip the Band-Aid off and actually do the things. So I said, why not now? Why not start doing the things? So outside of the office, all in to me means going to bed early, drinking a lot of water, eating relatively healthy, waking up early, and doing the habits that will make you successful repeatedly over time. The habits for me look like working out, staying in shape, meditating, reading, keeping up with current events, writing down my goals, reflecting in my journal. And you do that continuously. And when you show up into the office, you are primed, you're ready to go, you're thinking big, you're willing to do whatever it takes. And you've done the necessary measures outside of the office so that you can show up full of energy, full of life, clear-headed, ready to go. The second play in the $1 million playbook is to become a learning machine. I learned this on a podcast listening to one of the board members of Amazon. They asked him, how do you think Jeff Bezos became so successful? At the time, he was the richest man in the world. He's built a company that employs over 1 million people a year, and you can receive virtually any good within 2 days. It's transformative. It's improved your life. It's improved my life. And they said, how has Jeff become so successful? And they said, he is a learning machine. He had above average intelligence, he had a big vision, but in order to scale a team, in order to continuously improve, he had to learn new things. He had to learn how to hire, how to fire, how to distribute equity, how to create new products, goods, services that add value to people and their customers. He's continuously learning, and that's simply what all the most successful people do, is they believe that every person they meet knows something or can do something better than them. It's never coming from a place of I know everything, I'm the best, you should be listening to me. In reality, I should be listening to you because I can learn something from you, and I believe that I can always get better. So when you think about being all in, a key part of that is being all in with your learning as well, and that's what it means to be a learning machine. The advice I always give to new reps is, look, everyone has access to the same resources, but not everyone is willing to put in the work to actually learn what they need to be more successful in this job. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. You know the outcome you're trying to produce. It's to hit quota. So when you reverse engineer that, what are the activities that help you hit quota? It's pipeline generation, pipeline health, and self-development. So when you think about pipeline generation, if you don't hit quota, it's because you don't have enough pipeline. So what are the skills needed to be successful in pipeline generation? It's effective territory planning, account planning, collaborating with all the resources on your team, cold calling, cold emailing, doing whatever it takes to set up initial meetings. At that point, pipeline health comes into play. This looks like running effective discovery, understanding command of message, medic, being able to demo on your own and not having to rely on a technical resource. That's like being handcuffed in the ocean, feeling like you can't do something without somebody else being on the call. Being an account executive in the corporate space right now, I can do everything start to finish myself, and that allows me to move faster than other people so that I can condense my deal cycles and therefore close deals faster, which is really important. And then as we think about self-development, to me, that looks like learning from people you aspire to be. Self-development to me can be a forced thing when they say, sit down and do 30 minutes of reading whatever article that you don't actually care about. It looks like identifying where are the gaps in your sales game today. It's really important to be coachable and say, if there's something I don't do well enough to reach the goals I want, how do I get better at that? And early in my sales career, it was effective discovery. So what I did was I got out note cards and I started to write down command of message, before scenario, negative consequences, after scenario, positive business outcome. What metrics are they using to measure success? Who is the decision maker? And then I'd write down questions to help me understand each of those items so that I memorized them, and it was never forced of, I'm gonna ask this laundry list of questions to my customers. It was, I know the blanks I need to fill in. It's like a puzzle. So I know the right questions so that I can get the right information to build value. And then it's medic. Medic is metric, economic buyer, decision maker, decision criteria, timeline, compelling event. And there's some other parts in there as well. But it's really important to understand, how do we actually qualify build value so that we can show a solution presentation how our product helps solve their challenges or creates more value in their business in the form of reducing costs, mitigating risk, or helping them make more money. And you need to understand all of these things. And if anything I just said does not make sense to you, that means that you have not put in enough time with self-development. And every day I hear things and I say, I need to know that. So I write it down and then I go research it further. And then outside of the office, I think what's really helped me is adopting that mindset of continuous improvement. So I listened to a Kobe Bryant interview, and Kobe basically said he spent his summers doing two workouts a day, 3 workouts a day. And they said, Kobe, how do you do all this? He's like, I looked at all the other players and they were going on vacations. They were doing 1-2 workouts a day. So I said, I'll just wake up earlier and do more workouts, and that work will accumulate to me being better over the period of time. So over a couple summers, it does not matter how much work that other person puts in, they will never be able to catch up. And it's the same thing with self-development. The earlier you start, the better. You look at the Warren Buffetts of the world. He started reading all these books on finance when he was in his teens. So over the course of a lifetime, he simply was way ahead of everyone else. So it's never too late. They say the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is today. So there's really no excuse for you not to be putting in the time to learn right now. That could look like reading books, listening to podcasts, watching videos just like this one. Everything you ever could need to know available for free on the internet or has been written down in a book. So there's really no excuse. So anything you want to do in life has been documented how to do that somewhere online or in a book. So you can simply go learn it, level up your skills, and that will help you level up your performance. The third play in the $1 million playbook is to write down your goals each and every day. You need to have targets so big that you are not focused on your problems. You need to focus on your targets, not the obstacles each and every day. Ask yourself right now, who is more likely to hit their goals? Somebody who writes down their goals 700 times a year, or someone who just writes down their goals at the start of New Year? I write down my goals twice a day, every day. Every day, I sit down at this desk and I take out my journal and I write down my goals. I even bought a whiteboard, so it would be easier for me to write down my goals, document them, and look at my habits. So what you can see in this whiteboard right here, historically goal setting has been really challenging for me. It's really hard to imagine where do you want to be in 10 years? Who do you want to be surrounded by? What do you want to be doing? How much do you want to have? So I now write down my goals as my vision of where I'm going in the future. And my visions right now are I am surrounded by loving friends and family, because that's something I'm missing right now because I'm in this go mode. That's something I want to bring into my life. Millions of people watch and enjoy my content. So that's you out there. Thanks so much for watching and supporting. I have built a $10 million ARR SaaS company. So my aspiration long term is to build my own software company. The reason I make these videos every day is to, of course, add value to you, but it's also to create my own infrastructure, my own distribution of salespeople, of like-minded driven people. So eventually when I do start that company, maybe we can work together. We can bring some of you on board. But ultimately, if I have a product that adds you value and helps make you more successful, why wouldn't you buy it? So eventually we're gonna have millions of people watching. In a practical sense, as we think about goal setting, it's especially important for salespeople. I have these visions of the future, but each of these overarching goals, in order for me to build a $10 million a year annual recurring revenue business, I need to master sales. I need to be the best software salesperson I can be. I need to understand the industry better than everyone else. So in order to do that, I need to hit my quota. I need to perform. Every day I get in the office, I write down I have closed $1,050,000 so that I can promote. That is my aspiration. If I can hit that target, I will promote to the next level and I'll become an enterprise software sales rep, which is what I desire to do. And I write that goal down each and every day, and I feel like the deals start to find me and I start to align my action with these big targets. We talked about going all in, we talked about becoming a learning machine, and we talked about writing down your goals and targets each and every day. If you'd like a deeper explanation of the playbook, me going in much greater depth, I will be putting out a solo podcast on the Sales Prestige podcast channel. That will be the first link in the description below. So make sure to go subscribe there and be on the lookout for that episode. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button right now. It really helps the channel. Subscribe now so you don't miss future videos, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.